style tournaments and the top 4 in the group stage against knockouts. We have a sold-out tournament here tonight at Cavalier. All 3 boards will be fully occupied with 4 players, 12 in total. We'll have 2 group winners and then 1 other finisher advancing to the knockout stage this evening, as these players are working toward qualifying for the City League Fall Invitational coming up in early September. So right here at Cavalier, we're going to wrap up check-in, get these boards assigned, get these groups going. We'll have a feature match going for y'all very soon. Realize I had the music volume all the way up during that. It's going great here in the City League Showcase, going really well. We'll just see how the board and hockey camps go. Anyway, I'm going to sign off for a few minutes here, going to throw on some ads, and as I said, we'll be back in a little bit after check-in with our first feature match.
Board 1, Joe Taylor, Gareth Tilley. And board 2, Craig Nixon, Robin Young.
And a quick note on the dual core dartboard, it's mounted on the very new edge corner bracket. So that is a new product by Winmore, and we've reviewed that and we're going to show you exactly how to mount it. So stay tuned for that video. But in the meantime, let's chuck some darts. Okay, we'll go 20. Oh. Oh, missed the hat trick again. That's okay. But did you guys notice that this corner bracket is freaking solid, man? The board is not shaking at all, at least from my vantage point. I'll check to see the close-up afterwards. But even removing the darts, solid board, solid corner mount.
So in preparation for a recent event, I put this board to the test with 4 to 6 hours of practice per week for a month straight. This gave me an opportunity to see how this board holds up as well as give you all the brands I've used in the past. Admittedly, this had me a little scared, thinking this would lead to a fairly quick wear down. Instead, after a week, I was still at the point where I felt the board did not need to be rotated. Overall, after a month and around 20 hours of play, I was thoroughly surprised by how well this board held up. Yes, there was some aesthetic wear and tear, but I do feel there was a decrease in the amount of bounce that I had, which I directly contributed to the board's softness. For me, this is a winner for both new and experienced players who like to put their hours in. Alrighty folks, don't forget we're your partner in darts. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, don't hesitate to reach out. Thanks for watching.
Ball 1, Joe Taylor, Garrett Tilley. And ball 2, Craig Nixon, Robin Young.
And a quick note on the dual core dartboard, it's mounted on the very new edge corner bracket. So that is a new product by Winmore, and we've reviewed that and we're gonna show you exactly how to mount it. So stay tuned for that video. But in the meantime, let's chuck some darts. Okay, we'll go 20. Oh. Oh, missed the hat trick again. That's okay. But did you guys notice that this corner bracket is freaking solid, man? The board is not shaking at all, at least from my vantage point. I'll check to see the close-up afterwards. But even removing the darts, solid board, solid corner mount.
All right, I think we are ready to get this going. As you can see, still smoothing out commercial transitions, playlists, all that good stuff. We will get it down sooner than later. Now let's go ahead and pull up our ticker as we prepare for the first match of the evening, which is going to be with Group 1. Probably going to stick with Group 1 all evening, but we will see. Maybe we'll switch it up. Let's take a look at the head-to-head previews for these players, and of course... there we go. Hey, that's how it's supposed to look. Though I do wish we had put some photos in for these guys earlier, but they can always do that from their Darts Atlas profiles. As we can see, these are the standings for their group, which they haven't played yet. So no group standings here for these players. Eventually we will have their overall campaign stats. And we will take a look at the overall... no, that's the group. Here are the top 12 right now in City League Austin, the order of merit. The top 8 qualifying for the Fall Invitational coming up on September 10. going to be a $400 prize fund for that. $200 to the winner, $100 to the runner-up, and $50 each to the semifinalists. And let's go ahead, head back into this, where it looks like these players are getting ready to cork. Certainly not corking just yet. And as you can see along the bottom, which will run on a 12-month rolling order of merit, so we're not resetting these back to 0. You just lose the points you earn 12 months after you earn them, just like the Pro Tour. Wherever the PDC do it, we'll just go ahead and copy that and call it a day. No need to reinvent that wheel. We think it's a good system. Works for them, works for us. Oh, and looks like we are off here. Again, these little source transitions getting the better of me. Players just looking for the okay, and it is at their leisure here. And if you want to learn more about what we're up to, you can always visit cityleaguedarts.com. Find out all the details on the structure, how to find a chapter, how to start your own local chapter. It is super easy. You focus on recruiting the players. City League handles all of the rest. All of the table updates, all of the stats, all of the schedule posting, even tournament entry fees. It's all automated. You just need the venue, you need the tablets, and you need 8 to 16 folks who want to get better at their singles 501 game. It's just that easy. And that AkiCam view should clean up a little bit as the sun starts to set. As you can see, we basically got a giant source of massive light, the only source of light basically in here, right behind the players, behind that pool table. I do expect that quality to improve throughout the evening, because naturally as the sun sets and we get a little bit of a better contrast, better lighting conditions. Not quite bringing in the studio lights, though I'm known to be crazy enough to do it. Go ahead and bring up some undertone music here to fill the background. We just have to be so aggressive with our audio filtering in the venue to avoid copyright strikes. You know the game. God forbid, Hey Jude comes on, and all of a sudden I find myself owing RCA Records $250,000 or something. But RCA is at Yoko. I don't know who owns that. I don't care. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to stay away from all those copyright issues, just like Matt is staying well away from his intended target here. Certainly gives us time to warm up in the booth. These slower games, no one really catches fire here in these early rounds. Generally, we definitely see the quality progress, increase as we go throughout the evening. Folks getting more acclimated. And at this point, most of these players are not too fazed by the multiple cameras and cables lying all around the place, by me chatting chatting their ear off, chatting my butt off here in the booth. But that will definitely be different when we're at Topspin tomorrow, where the majority of the players will not have had this quote-unquote stage experience. And right now I'm scrambling around to correct tweets that pointed to the now defunct original podcast live stream. Already the booth fustering starts to get the better of me. I'm sure I'll settle out by the third round here. So with these 3 groups of 4, we're going to have 6 matches per group. Everyone playing each other once. 3 rounds, 2 matches per round total on each group. That's just how the numbers work out. Slightly better from Seth. Decent 66 for his effort. Won't be in checkout range and will give us the first opportunity of the night. Ooh, actually it'll be second opportunity of the night. Because we're going to have one right here with Mad Matt. And the math is moot. I don't know if that was a really bad miss on 19s. This one I'm pretty sure it was. I suspect he was going 19, 19, 20. Should he have failed to hit a treble. But it doesn't matter, as there's all sorts of missing going around there. Now, back to our math-aware opportunity. So help me, God. Of course he goes for the 60 there to try to set himself up on a bogey. Barely forgivable with hitting the treble to set up 119. And we are just a few minutes into the stream here, and we are already having some math-aware issues. Oh boy, you know, I thought about putting the Be Math Aware PSA into the pre-roll for the stream. In retrospect, it looks like I should have definitely done that. Lesson learned. Of course, it's not too late before the next match. Who knows? Maybe I'll bring that thing back. For those familiar with the Bang Average League or the Quarantine League, the Be Math Aware PSA will certainly be familiar, but for most of you, it will not. And ooh, it is a treat. Well, at least we're not throwing our first darts at the double 5 and double 20 as much here as we were in the first handful of visits, so that's good. Again, tough to say where Seth was going on 90, whether he was trying to hit that 18 or the 20. Ended up splitting the difference in the treble 1. Well, if the scoring is this bad, I don't know what to say about anticipating the finishing. We'll see. 20 for the bowl. Not a bad look from Seth. At least he picked the right targets on 3 out of 3 darts, so that's impressive. Surprising, but impressive. Calculating. 105. Now, any of us would be very happy to take this out, but it wouldn't be a shocker. Oh, I hate that math awareness. Oh, boy. So we're two wins so far, and it is bad. Oh, 3 now. So... Nope, my bad. That was the right shot. I forgot he was on 86 there. I thought it was on 88 for some reason with that dart at the 18s. Incorrect, so ends up cleaning it up. However, potentially inadvertently. Double 16 for the break. Unable to get it in there. Decent enough darts. Cannot fault the setup. Good single 9 and two good efforts at the double 16. Now the Mensor, the Barrister. Court is still in session. Oh, and it's a hung verdict. Unable to get in there. Getting a little sloppy. Seth really wants to tidy this up now. None of these players want to throw any more than one more double. They will have to. Way, way, way away from that double two. It can get dangerous down there for the cleanup. Ooh. Nervy correction there. And the jury remains out. Your guess is as good as mine here. That's going to be a 15 for a bus. I wasn't sure if it was on the black or the white side of the wire. Oh, these players are so glad this is on camera, to be sure. Oh boy. Well, I don't know what you were expecting if you were tuning in, but it should have been about this. Oh boy. Can he work it down? A couple weeks ago, Matt was saying that he was cleaning up on the Madhouse in a City League tournament at another venue. Said that was his saving grace, that double one. And there is absolutely not an ounce of grace to be found so far here in this match. There it is. Better late than never. Woof is the only thing you can say to that. Thank God that is over. My clothes are getting out of style. Well, so on one hand, at least this is just a best of 3, so a maximum of 2 more legs here for this match. On the other hand, each of these players still have 2 more matches left in this group. But like I said, we expect that performance to rise up steadily as nerves calm, as chemical levels rebalance, and as arms loosen up. All right, those are 3 decently thrown. And looking at Mad Matt's average here, first 9, about a 70. Maybe he's starting to find some of that consistency, finding a bit more accuracy and precision. Well, definitely a much better leg 2 than leg 1 so far here for Matt Crescent. Almost at a finish after 5 visits. Definitely will get to one after this one. We've seen some bad math, potentially. So 112 left if that's 64 scored. I think that'll leave 111. And figure at least 6 starts from the 111 here, though likely many, many more if needed. And again, who knows if they will be needed. All right, for a much, much, much tidier leg number 2 here, man. Mat 14 for tops. Step 1. All right. Little low. They put that double 10 and goes outside of it. Better outside than inside. Then again, it would have been better to miss that 20 or that double 20 on the high side. Try to use a guide to bring it down. Still in fine spot though, till he scores a 10, and then it could all go belly up. 1 required for the match. Debating what he wants to do. Did not want to bust it there. I'm not sure what. I don't know if he was actually considering busting it straight off there. Not getting caught up in the 4-2 mix. Meanwhile, Seth doing a throwaway dart of his own. Level 4 required after going a little bit high in the double 6 with the first one. And there he goes. Wow, scrappy. Gets there in the end. That first leg will absolutely crush his average for the for that match. Look at that. Leg 2 was definitely a saving grace there. I mean, just imagine how bad those averages would have been were it not for that one. Especially that first 9, you see Mad Matt really cleaning that up in that second leg. I think it was like a 70, 72 or something. First 9 to wrap it up. So well done for him, and we are going to have our next match up. Looks like these players are getting themselves ready. Meanwhile, let me go ahead and take a look at. So here are the overall standings for City League Austin, top 12. There are about 40 or 50 players actually on the tables, so these points do go down. There's a handful with 1 or 2 or 3 points, and then a scale as you see going up to player you'll see right now is going to be that number 1 spot, Mike Gilligan, going up against the current number 8, the last spot in the Invitational, Michael Parr. We're going to go ahead and get that match queued up. These players are moving almost faster than the booth. You'll love to see it. But fortunately, I can darn near keep up even while doing all of these transitions. So, pull up the match preview here again. These are going to be the current round robin stats. So, as these players are playing their first match, we don't have any numbers for them. So, we'll go ahead and we are 3 darts in each. In this, another best of 3. A race to 2 in the group stage. Winner of this group will advance to the knockout. And potentially the number 2 as well. All right, so a little higher scoring standard here in this second of 6 matches on board 1. And meanwhile, we've got City League Niagara Falls, Canada joining us in the chat. Shout out right back to King Raj, our chapter director up in the Great White North. And we'll be eager to get them on the streaming train soon. As you see, we're still figuring out some of the final kinks and flows to get this all working as easily as possible, trying to balance making an advanced high-quality stream with some nice little bit of pizzazz, but without overcomplicating it and introducing too much risk and just too many things to go wrong in the broadcast. You know what I'm talking about. It's a whole thing. So I'll admit, I do that switch down to the bull sometimes myself, too. From that same spot, there's really no reason to do it. In fact, scoring the bullseye there would still put you on a bogey 165. So, a little bit, I don't know, a little bit bad from there. But sometimes you just feel like shaving off the 0. You just want to kind of take the shot at the bull. You're not feeling the troubles. You know, I get it. Like I said, I have been known to set up a 190 with a 25 on my 3rd dart. It happens. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I almost missed the call on that for the shave on the bullseye from the 106. Incredible there from Michael. Going 551 and darn near hitting that middle ring, instead just ending up with a layup 25. 2 darts to tops to punish. 1 up. And not 1 in. Uncharacteristic. I would usually put money on Gilligan to finish that with those 2 at tops. We'll see if Michael can recover. Punish with this break, and that's not going to happen. 25 is a risky one with the layups. 9 you can bust into trouble thereof. That's why I am a big sucker for the 1 to set up the Gerwin. Love me a good double 12. And Mike not loving him a good double 10. Take 2 here, 17 for double 4. 15 for double 5. I don't think that was the plan. Then again, it would not particularly surprise me. Oh boy, I think it leaves double 4, or it did leave double 4, and it left it very high. This is just more sloppy doubling. It's a shame because the scoring was absolutely there this leg. Gilligan has let par back in, and neither player seems willing or interested in walking through the door. And is that a bust? Yep. I don't know if it was a single or double 18. Doesn't matter. Oh, you feel like these are very tense throws. Michael just sort of lobbing them in. He sort of does that sometimes with his throw, but I feel like this is extra kind of pushing the dart out, willing it to the board rather than really giving it a good old heave-ho. Everything's going wrong once it gets to the outer ring here on board 1. And welcome to City League. We got darts off the board, missing the big numbers. Going for 20s from 179. We are just throwing for the cycle here. And there is the Madhouse hit, finally getting us through the door into the next leg. We'll see if Parr can hold here to push it to a last leg decider, in which Gilligan will have the advantage with the darts. So Raj commenting he's loving the ticker with the standing, so that is, believe it or not, fully automated. At the beginning of the night, you just use one of the match IDs to control that ticker, and it's going to give you everything. Going to give you upcoming events, recent results, going to give you standings, information about the current tournament, whatever we can do to make life easier for admins and for broadcasters. And if I start randomly humming some Sting, you'll have to forgive me. They just put on King of Pain, and I'll tell you, that song jams, and I jam that song. Especially there's this Alanis Morissette version of it that I think she did live, and oh my gosh, it just kills me. Definitely give that a listen. Alanis Morissette's version of King of Pain. So good. Maybe they should have put that on during the last match, though. Get it? We have fun. We have fun. So we'll see how the pace goes for these upcoming rounds. If we get a good kind of breaking point where Group 1 and Group 2 are both done and in transition for match. So we might go ahead and switch it up. Get some Group 2 folks going here on the streaming board. In fact, that group features 2 of the most exciting players here in City League. I believe they are the current 2 and 3. Omar and Javier. Omar, who went 10. It's 10 into the 9. Went 8 into the 9 just a few weeks ago, right at this very venue, maybe on this very board. 8 into the 9 and missed the double 12 by not much, I believe. I don't know. I don't think I've seen. I think like we don't do photos of darts here because that's ridiculous. But I believe I was told it was pretty darn close, and I believe that. So maybe we'll have some more lightning strike tonight. You never know. Great third dart there. Definitely going to put some pressure on this 170. Try to bring up some... Try to pull up some stats. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. So not good darts for either of these players. Gilligan usually see throw in the upper 50s, if not low 60s, throughout a whole group stage, and is known to pop some 70 or 80 average legs on his way to doing that. And we see why these averages are so low. That first leg getting done in 40. Oh, there's a good, really great third dart. But now the pressure's on Michael to keep himself alive. Ooh, bad math there. Wanted that 13 to try to set up the bullseye. And 3 clear at 32. All my money is on a 22, 23, 24 dart leg here to close it out. Well, no one took the bet, so my money is safe, fortunately. I'm going to use double 16 to push it to a last leg decider. Well, I'm not going to say anything this time. My predictions are absolute rubbish about these darts, though. Ooh. Again, just the finishing, getting the best of everybody so far. Long may it rain. Oh boy. You know it's bad when you call a 28 darter tidy in context. 29 tidy? 29 tidy. Yikes. Not the best showing. Let's pull up our match summary for these players. I don't know why these widgets keep on flickering back out for us, but hopefully the little swoosh sound is at least coming through, because I put that in earlier, and I think that's pretty neat. So there we have those averages. These players certainly don't want to see that. Not much scoring to speak of. I mean, look at that 68 first 9 almost for Gilligan. So like we saw right off the bat in that first leg, scoring definitely not the Achilles heel there. So let's take a look at how the group is shaping up. So 2 matches down has been a win for Gilligan and for Crescent. Carr and Wilkerson still waiting to get on the board. Right now, it is going to be Wilkerson and Gilligan up. We'll get that preview going right now. And here they have it, how they've thrown through one match so far, 2 legs apiece, both in 2-0 results, 1 for, 1 against. See them shooting for some bull here. And they are ready. And it will be Seth to shoot first in this shootout. That's a 3. Good grouping there. And that's what Mike is definitely known for, just throwing a bunch of darts really close to that treble 20, hitting it occasionally, putting the odd ton 40 there. It's typically much more clinical on the finishing than we've seen so far. And again, in City League, you will see some of those high flyers from the 400s. It just is what it is. So looking at around the rest of the groups here, in Group 2, we are 2 matches in as well, with Javier and Darren, both with a win. And in Group 3, 2 matches down, 2 winners, Christian Wilson and Spencer Ginsberg. Who are new to the City League stream, but who have both been playing City League with varying degrees of intensity over the last couple of months. So everyone here tonight already on the leaderboard. Which, as we saw, goes Mike, Javier, Omar, and then Matt of the Crescent variety. Lots of Matts, lots of Mikes. So some of these fixtures might try to do the Group 1 and 2 swap after this match. We will see if these stay in tandem, but right now Group 1 and 2 are tracking each other dart for dart pretty much. So there could be an opportunity to see some fresh faces on here ahead of the move into the knockout stage. So in the group stage, we play best of 3 to get these matches going. So if you are knocked out in the group stage, then you're pretty much getting all your darts wrapped up in 2, maybe 2.5 hours. Great value for money. Great time boxing here. Way to guarantee that you get a lot of action in it. Singles, it's dedicated. You're not, in awkward pacing, waiting around a whole bunch of time. Never waiting more than 1 match in between your own matches. So that's the max delay that you can have here in a group of 4. And then you're only sticking around longer than that if you're actually advancing into the knockout and continuing to earn more points. And try to target a total runtime here of 3 hours in these City League tournaments. So none of this, getting home at 12:30, 1 a.m. on a school night nonsense. We try to get you in, get the darts flying right away, move it quickly, and get you on home. Of course, we are expanding into longer format events here in the fall. Just those require more boards to make that done, to get that working without folks having to wait an inordinate amount of time. So look out for that. Some best of 7s. Knockout structure there, of course. Definitely not doing round robin best of 7s. Not with the caliber that we're currently seeing in Secret League. But the point is to level everyone up. Meanwhile, I'm getting some direction from Seth. New cameras, new everything. Folks rarely happy with their performance on camera, I'll tell you. You almost never ever hear someone say, "Oh, I'm so glad that was on camera. I played so well." Usually quite the opposite. Ooh, great third one. 80 score, leave 67. Yeah, that was a real solid visit from 147 there for Mr. Gilligan. Setting himself up on a nice 1-2. It'll be 6 at least at 50. Of course, he does not want to have to use them. How about 2? And for tops. Decent marker. Cannot be used. Might not have been quite a marker. Might have been a little bit high of the target. It might throw us with extra thick flights that are the opposite of forgiving. They are more likely to just flat out reject a dart straight back than they are to guide it into any sort of desirable target. And if we were seeing a little bit more grouping from him, I would start predicting some bounce outs. Or not even bounce outs, just straight up rejections. Oh, there it is. A tidy 28. See, that's what we're doing here. It'll be 28. We'll call it tidy. It is what it is. We're Americans and we don't apologize for it. Check back in on these stats. Oh boy, an absolute mare of a match for Seth here. Awfully uncharacteristic of this young man. And he's really been getting better over the last 6 months or so. Seth is, throws really consistently, frequently, mid 50s pretty consistently is kind of what we'd expect from him. So not a great start to his Tuesday evening here. And we used to count the City League tournaments. We used to call them like the Pro Tour tournament 1, 2, 3, 4. But that became a mess when you're playing multiple a week, and sometimes you have to cancel one here and there because you don't have enough registrations. And if you add a new venue and need to inject that midweek, then you've got to update all the numbers in the tournaments to come after that. It's a mess. It's a whole thing. So now we just say, hey, City League at Cavalier, City League at Topspin. City League at Famous Store. City League at Sunny's. And here you see some folks way down the bottom of the standings looking at this ticker who still have really high averages, you know, decent low mid 50s. And those are folks who just haven't been competing in enough tournaments to accumulate those rankings. So, you know, it helps to play the tournaments because you're guaranteed 1 point for every event that you play. But then you really start acquiring points once you start advancing out of the group stage and into the knockouts, where you start getting 3, 4, or 5 points at a time. And that's when you can start really climbing up the rankings, getting into those positions for the invitation-only tournaments. And then eventually we'll use those to seed the knockouts. Once we're doing bigger scale knockouts, we'll go ahead and give buys to the top 8, top 16, whatever players based on that order of merit. So plenty of reasons to come out and play, work on your game, have a good time, throw a bunch of darts. It's all singles, it's all 501. And, you know, that's not for everyone, right? Plenty of folks just want to go out, have a drink, socialize, and darts are there, and that's cool, and they'll play, and that's fantastic. But for the other players who actually want to improve their game, want to treat it a little bit more like a sport, maybe you played competitive sports in the past, like me, I played organized tennis. You yearn for that competition. You want something to really aim for to improve your game. You want to focus on the challenge of the game, which, believe me, there is more than enough challenge in the darts. That's what City League is for. Getting close to a finish here, Mike, after 6 visits. So we'll see how the final check down and checking out goes. Unable to get into range there is Seth. Again, Mike under no duress, 6 clear at least. $89, treble 19 for double 16. Now it's going to be treble 10 to try to leave tops. Oh, surprisingly, uncharacteristically, went to set up 16. Almost every time I see Mike with 70 with 1 dart in hand, it's at the treble 10. That was a great second dart from Seth there. 60 on that one, 81 total. Gets him within a sniff, but it might be a little too late. Surely it's 12 for tops here. Otherwise, I just don't know Mike Gilligan anymore. Oh, just outside, inside on the double 20, outside on the double 10. Again, I wouldn't bet on it, but I also wouldn't be shocked to see this go. 92's got to stay there. Well, that's one way to set up a finish from 72. Not sure if that was intentional or not, but definitely worked in his favor. The pressure is absolutely on this double 10. Oh, and hooks it very first time of asking. Let's take a look now at our match summary. Once again, it slides in. The summary page goes away on me. There you go. Stop doing that. All right. Nope. Better than the last one, for sure. And right now, we're just trying to figure out if we want to shuffle any boards. Let's see what's going on with that Group 2 match. Oh, no, they just, yeah, nope. We won't now. We'll just keep on one. Yeah, we would have swapped that up, but we were about 9 darts too late on getting that going. I just stopped paying attention, darn it. So, anyway, these players are going to take a quick break in between these transitions. Why don't we go ahead and pull up some of these ads? I'll take a break in the booth, and we'll be right back.
Board 1, Joe Taylor, Garrett Tilley. And board 2, Craig Nixon, Robin Young.
And a quick note on the dual core dartboard, it's mounted on the very new edge corner bracket. So that is a new product by Winmore, and we've reviewed that and we're going to show you exactly how to mount it. So stay tuned for that video. But in the meantime, let's chuck some darts. Okay, we'll go 20. Oh. Oh, missed the hat trick again. That's okay. But did you guys notice that this corner bracket is freaking solid, man? The board is not shaking at all, at least from my vantage point. I'll check to see the close-up afterwards. But even removing the darts, solid board, solid corner mount.
So in preparation for a recent event, I put this board to the test with 4 to 6 hours of practice per week for a month straight. This gave me an opportunity to see how this board holds up, as well as give you all that honest opinion you've been waiting for. After just a few throws, I was able to tell that this board was a touch softer than popular brands I've used in the past. Admittedly, this had me a little scared, thinking this would lead to a fairly quick wear down. Instead, after a week, I was still at the point where I felt the board did not need to be rotated. Overall, after a month and around 20 hours of play, I was thoroughly surprised by how well this board held up. Yes, there was some aesthetic wear and tear, but I do feel there was a decrease in the amount of bounce that I had, which I directly contributed to the board's softness. For me, this is a winner for both new and experienced players who like to put their hours in. Alrighty folks, don't forget we're your partner in darts. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, don't hesitate to reach out. Thanks for watching.
Ball 1, Joe Taylor, Garrett Tilly. And ball 2, Craig Nixon, Robin Young.
All right, apologies for the delay. Just taking a little booth break time in between those matches, and these players were off the gun right away. So at least we didn't miss any spicy checkouts here, and it looks like we still won't. All right. So for our first decent checkout, still could happen. Trouble 17 would have left tops. No good option here. Oh, 89. What am I saying? I keep on thinking it's 79. 89. Only one way to go. Only one way to go. He was math aware. He was not precise with it. We'll see if he goes for the full or for a 14, see if he gives a shot back. Oh, and there's a thickness on the 10 from Michael. Well, not a fan. Okay, that was 44. Well, I'm getting all sorts of flustered with my math here. How about Mad Matt? Oh, that's a great 42 for tops. Great marker right in the heart of it. Leave it low. Oh, so frustrated. You can see the agony on his face. Wanted that. Deserved that after that beautiful dart at 42 right off the bat. Oh, and that is just a punishing break from Michael. Going to go into the second leg with the darts. 28 dart leg. Meant to pull up the stats there. Obviously, you know it was 28 dart leg. You just saw it. How about that? There we go. Well, we're creeping up. Like I said, you know, we're moving up from those like kind of mid 30, low 40s averages. Starting to tickle to 50 a little bit more regularly. And again, should be creeping up and up and up. All right, so looking back around the tournament, we got Javier holding strong at number 1, currently up 1-0 in Group 2 in his second match of the evening. Darren Ross has played 2, 1-1. Same with Omar Fabian, played 2, 1-1. And right now it's Javier and Michael Krakauer playing their second match. So we expect Javier to take the lead then in the group after that one. And then in Group 3, it is Christian Wilson out in front, Spencer Ginsburg with 2 points right behind him. And Spencer is currently down 1-0 to Stephen Merlot. And the other person in that group, Russell Mitchell, also yet to win a match. Of course, you can always check out the live standings and stats for any tournament on dartsatlas.com. City League, of course, powered by Darts Atlas. Makes it easy to find, makes it easy to play, and makes it easy to run the darts no matter where you are. City League really couldn't exist without the automation and the digital power that Darts Atlas provides. Well, Michael Parr is looking to wrap this thing up into a minimum there was required, and without that, it is just full advantage par. But that being said, from what we've seen so far, getting down to that finish isn't really going to do much, is it? That is just literally half the battle. We'll be getting down to a finish in 23 and then taking the next 23 darts to actually finish it out. And something is going on here where some random people just walk through. You can see them in the background, just like, I don't even know who they are. I don't know if they're coming here to see someone, but apparently they know everybody here, which is awesome. Just hear everybody out there like in that corner, like, oh, hey, you. And that's what you love about your neighborhood bars. Dart players get a bad rap with the bar sports stuff, with the drinking, with the all of the kind of stigmas and stereotypes you might associate with the game. But I'll tell you, just there's something about the camaraderie and just that so much of this happens at the neighborhood bar with folks from a community. I don't know. I think that's one of the things that really endeared me to the sport when I first started playing. You know, it's like I love the competition of it. I love the, whole like it's like golf where it's just up to you to go out there and perform. I love the math part of it, but also what really kept me going back, kind of day after day, week after week, was just that camaraderie and just that sense of community. And yeah, good to see it live and well here, even outside of the context of the darts. It's just, this is our neighborhood bar. Oh boy. Was he going to go 16 for the bowl? Probably not. Probably not. Well, okay. Well, anyway, glad I got it at him, but still. So I think at least 58. A big ask here for Matt to level it up because he does not fancy another chance at it. But that's what will be required, is another chance at it. How generous is Michael feeling right now? You're Matt Crescent right now. You got to be asking yourself, do you feel lucky? I know that's probably not quite how that quote would be best invoked in a situation like this, but I tried. This should have been Michael Parr asking Matt if he felt lucky, but whatever. Back down to the 19s from 93. Oh, hits it. Sets up the 36. And with your opponent on 10, that's not bad. That's not a bad setup at all. And we've seen Michael dump 10s into the... Oh, well, anyway. I was going to say we've seen him dump those well low on a handful of occasions in his match against Mike Gilligan. Not so inclined to do it that time, I think. No, not at all. So there we have the stats for that match. The first nine's getting a lot steadier. Look at that first 9 for Mad Matt Crescent. Almost a 60. But in the end, it was the doubles that undid him. So say we all. Let's take a look at some of the other action here. So you have Javier Lainez, if I'm pronouncing that right, and Stephen Merlot on the far side. So right now, still determining if we want to try to move boards for the next match, and it really depends. Oh, yeah, actually, we are going to move boards. Seth, I'm gonna move you on to 2. Yeah. Give me my comeback. Matt. Yeah, Matt. Let's move them. Yeah. All right, so we are gonna shift these around, get you all some Group 2 action going on here for the rest of this. Get some new blood in here. Should be exciting. So if I'm looking at this right, that our next matchup is going to be Javier and Michael. I mean, Javier and Darren. So at first, I wasn't looking at that right. That was my own fault. You know what we can do, actually, is pull up these group standings so you see how Group 1 is looking right now, and then this will switch momentarily to reflect Group 2 as I pull up this Krakauer Lainez match. And so that's the standings we have now. So we'll wrap this up with, I believe, first a match between Javier and Michael, and then it's going to be Omar and Darren battling it out. And I think that'll be it. I think we should be, we're 4 rounds in, or 4 matches in. So let's go ahead and take a look at how these players have been performing so far in the group stage. So better numbers than what we've seen so far in Group 1. And as more people, it's like more people as those strangers who were walking in, who like knew everybody, were the opposite of strangers. On the way out now, more people in the darts group. Hey, you. It's just incredible. It's just incredible. All right. Enough of that. I think these players are about ready. All right, well, while we're just waiting for folks, we'll go ahead and pull up the wide view. We have Mike Gilligan in the background talking about the darts community. Let's take a look at that darts community. There's Omar. There's Michael. This is the community we're talking about. Just a couple of dudes talking darts, talking East Austin. Pretty sure both these folks walked here. All right, we'll pull up some ads while we wait for this final transition to take place here for board 1 to swap. And then we will be back with y'all with what hope to be some fire darts for the last 2 matches of the group stage. And then we have the knockout rounds. We'll have 2 more matches. We'll do 1 semifinal match and then 1 final will be shown here on the City League YouTube channel. Sit tight. We'll be back soon.
Board 1, Joe Taylor, Garrett Tilley. And board 2, Craig Nixon, Robin Young.
And a quick note on the dual core dartboard, it's mounted on the very new edge corner bracket. So that is a new product by Winmore, and we've reviewed that and we're going to show you exactly how to mount it. So stay tuned for that video. But in the meantime, let's chuck some darts. Okay, we'll go 20. Oh. Oh, missed the hat trick again. That's okay. But did you guys notice that this corner bracket is freaking solid, man? The board is not shaking at all, at least from my vantage point. I'll check to see the close-up afterwards. But even removing the darts, solid board, solid corner mount.
All right, here we go. We are back. As we saw a few moments ago, the beard and the laser. What? I'll have to look into that. No one's talking about that one. But as I said, Javier is the current... What did I say? I want to say number 2, behind Mike. Indeed. So it is Mike Gilligan in first place with 51 points. Javier just 6 points behind. I don't believe he can make that up today. I think the max he can get for winning the tournament is 6, and Mike is guaranteed at least 1 just for participating, even if he doesn't get out of the group stage. But you better believe that if they meet each other in the knockout, that there will be some extra motivation for both those players, not just to get the points, but to prevent the other from getting any more. Looks like these guys are getting about ready to get the cork on. And while they're doing that, I might go ahead and adjust some levels on that camera after the cork. In fact, I think I will do that. Sit tight. All right, well, it was a good effort. My intentions were right trying to adjust that. I think that we've just got too much of the board lighting going down right into the old Aki cam. So just a constraint of the physical kind of realities we're working with here, but sure to be adjusted over time. I think at the very least, if I just put like a little sunshade over that camera, I bet that would get rid of kind of 50% of that pixelation. As it is, decent enough. You can see these clean, crisp throws. Oh, do you think maybe I should bring up the scoreboard? I think that'd probably be a pretty good idea. Pat Grismore joining us in the chat. No stranger to City League and before that the Quarantine League. You could be streaming darts from anywhere in the world. And you choose to stream us. I appreciate that. H to the Izzo. Anyway. I can't tell you if Darren is actually listening to anything in those ears. Or if they're just like some insulation. Treble here was set up 161 or 164. Oh, and it does. Hey, great third dart there from Javier. I don't, yeah, actually, you know what? There was kind of no way around that without a treble on the third dart. You know, even the 25 there would have left 168. And that's how I go too from the 164. I'll either stay 20 or start 20 and stay 20 to try to set up 104, or start 19 and stay 19 to set up the 107. I rarely switch if I'm hitting my big. In fact, I never switch if I'm hitting my big singles. Maybe I'd switch on a blocker, but even that's unlikely. Not what he wanted. 86 remaining from that 21. Treble 18 is in. Does the old Aspinall step back? Oh, that was a very Aspinall visit, wasn't it? Good looks from Javier. What can Darren do here? Cannot do it. Started off doing it, could not finish it. Yeah, I can switch back from 84. Oh no, that was 90. Wait. What? I was so confused about what happened there. It doesn't matter. Oh, high and higher for Javier. Uncharacteristically far away. Unable to walk it in there, did not do himself any favors with the first two darts. No markers whatsoever to be had. I really don't think Darren set up 54, but we're here. Dart at tops. And that is an unfortunate miss to the left. Javier, 3 more chances. Is that a marker? Double 9 would have been the recovery. Cannot get there. So many chances come and so many chances gone. Darren with his own awkward cleanup. Yes, first try of asking. Wow, and how great must the scoring have been that leg for all of that sloppiness around the double, and yet to still wrap it up in the 9th visit. Solid averages despite all of that dancing around the doubles. Just imagine how much higher those would have been if we hadn't had 9, 12 misses at a double. And what's wild is that all that was done with just 1 ton in that first leg. That's almost impossible to believe. Certainly saw some 90-somethings, some 70-somethings, but just a lone ton. Honestly, no idea what to expect for the rest of this match. A third dart there from Darren. All right, as we look around the rest of the facility here, looks like it was a real quickie on board 2. Like lightning fast on board 2 with Seth and Michael. Well, now it's just Gilligan and Crescent. Battle of the... Look, I was going to battle the mics. I don't know why I said that. It's flustering here in the booth. If you're sitting here doing this stuff alone, talking to yourself for, going on 2 hours now, Paul Nicholson knows what I'm talking about. Nico, you're with me. Hey, Dawson, I don't know. You haven't done the Modus Live League yet, so even when you do some of the solo commentaries on the Pro Tour, you've still got Murph or Nico in there with you for the odd one here and there to kind of break up the monotony and the solitude. Then again, actually, what am I saying? You were in the basement in Birmingham for all of the original online league stuff. I take all of that back. I'm so sorry for ever questioning your ability to handle a solo stream. How dare I? But sometimes I have to get real quiet for what appears to be like no reason, because the house audio fades down as the song fades out and like transition, or like pauses a second for the transition to the next song. And so if I keep on talking at full volume, then the players who are right next to me, Darren is 4 feet away right now, but the music in house is loud enough that they can't hear me. But when it goes down, it'd be pretty bad. So gotta just every now and then, if it seems like I'm kind of in the middle of saying something and I'm excited about it, and it seems like maybe I should be saying more, and all of a sudden it just stops, it's because of a song transition. Or I've just gotten up and left the booth, but that wouldn't happen if I was just talking about something. So it's a song transition is my point there in so many words. Not sure about 19s there. I haven't kind of tracked down the 171 versus 180 implications. Well, definitely don't like that from Darren. Would have preferred the old 1925-20 route, 64 to try to set up 167. But no one here will accuse Darren of being too math aware. No one here will accuse most of these players of being too math aware. I don't know if I would accuse any of them of being too math aware. Possibly Javier. Possibly Omar. Possibly, but less likely than 2 of them, like Gilligan. That's probably it. That said, there is someone who I think we'll see in the knockout round, Christian Wilson, who I believe, based on how I've seen him throw, probably is math aware. But then again, Leonard Gates. So, need I say more? You're on 24. I don't know. Maybe you throw a double 13. I don't know. Oh, what a huge 1-1-4 from Darren. Are you kidding me? Wow, who saw that coming? Our first, I think, ton plus, it'd be definitely the first ton plus checkout we've seen on the streaming board for the night. Possibly the first ton plus of the night here in City League Austin at the Cavalier. Wow, I'm sleeping on it. Michael Parr is saying goodbye. He's heading out. I'm distracted. I look up. I see 114. I see a single 20. I see a treble 18. I fucking see one sneak behind the first dart in 20 into the double thereof. Incredible stuff. Look at that. That's some of the averages we're talking about there. Nice little low 60s from Darren. Oh, it's a beautiful thing. And now, stepping up there for his warm-ups, the aforementioned Omar, the misser of the 9-darter by, I won't even say inches, millimeters on the double 12. He went ton 80, and then he missed it inside. He missed it inside to leave 12. And he took it out, I think either it was in 10 or 11. Got the job done. As he himself will admit, as we all would admit, if it wasn't going to be in 10 or 11, it was going to be about a 30 or 40 dart leg. We all know how that goes, but hopefully we can see some magic here. Maybe he can get that done on stream. How exciting would that be? Let me get that match queued up, because that would probably be a good idea. So let's take a look at these standings here in this group number 2. So big from Darren with the implications of going into the playoffs. So looks like Javier. Oh wow, this is actually crazy. There's really crazy implications here that I will have to explain as we get going further down into this, because even I'm gonna have to process this stuff. And as y'all have heard, I'm not processing stuff too good tonight. All right, let's take a look at this for these players. So Omar could at least sneak up into second, if not into first, with a win here. He'll definitely need to win 2-0, but then depending on his average, that could actually bump him into the number 1 spot in the group. Because as we just saw, that number 1 spot is held by Javier with just the 4 points. But I believe Darren is also there with 4 points. So we can end up having 3 players who have each won 2 and lost 1. They could each have a +2 leg differential. They could each have won 2 legs against the throw. And then the third tiebreaker will be their overall tournament average in that group stage. So all bets are off here, honestly. Let's go ahead and pull it up. As they are getting their cork on. So here in City League, we cork just like the PDC style. You're going to throw a dart, and there's 3 places it's going to land. It's going to land in the bullseye, it's going to land in the 25, or it's going to land outside. And if you're next, you got to match it or beat it. And if you fail to do so, alternate orders, keep on, or if you tie it, alternate orders, keep on going, etc., etc. There's a bullseye back to Michael to match. That is not a match, so the darts will belong to Omar. Lights out, and we are racing. Thought that was going to be a 1080 there from Omar. You see, the earlier matches were an appetizer for what will come in the late stages of the group. And then in the knockout, it's going to be fun wrapping this thing up here. And if you're liking what you're seeing, we're going to be doing this all again tomorrow night. Same time, different place. We will be up in, some people call it North Austin. I call it South Oklahoma. Either way, the place is called Topspin Karaoke Bar and Grill. We'll be up there with the streaming rig. A couple of the same players here, but mostly new faces. More players earning more ranking points toward that City League Fall Invitational. And on the broader City League Austin Order of Merit, a lot more fun stuff to come from that over the next few months, guaranteed. And if you're liking what you're seeing and want some more of singles 501 action in your town, getting a chapter set up takes about 10 minutes. It's super easy. It's super quick. And once you're running, you don't really have to do anything. We have chapters operating in Niagara Falls, Canada, Denver, Colorado, soon to be Frederick, Maryland. I believe Richmond, Virginia is getting teed up. I believe some suburban Pennsylvania is going on. We're expanding all over the place. So if you want just easy to run singles 501 action, there's nothing better, nothing easier, no better way to get more immersed in the game than this singles 501 round robin format. Check out cityleaguedarts.com, find your chapter, and contact us to start your own. Not sure if that was a split or a miss at double. Either way, it's double 16. Oh no, terrible third dart. Yeah, definitely not going to be happy with that one. Honestly, Omar doesn't care about his position in the leg here. He's just not happy to have thrown those darts so poorly. Should be able to clean up this 25 here, though. Oh, misses the big number. Double 4 is the ask. And double 4 is the answer. The capital W word, the capital T truth. Omar brings it 1-0 to get a very, very, very spicy end of the group stage. Really, none of these players, I think, are going to know who is going to advance here. Not only who is going to win the the group, but also who is going to get that second place, because it could be any one of them. Wow, look at that. Just machine-like, just Mr. Automatic up there. Omar is just so tidy with that mechanic. It's ridiculous. Move the 19s, move the 19s, move the 19s. Good lad. Should have done it the previous start, but better late than never. Should have started actually on the 19s. Clean setup of the Shanghai. What will be at least 6 starts at the 120, if not more. Treble, single, double. Singles in. Treble for the double. Oh no. Looks like it's going to be treble 19 or treble 15. Treble, no, it was treble 15. Try to leave tops. I think at the end it was a 2? That was a 15. Decent enough layup, especially just after 6 visits. And Michael just looking like he's getting some practice reps in at this point. Fully expecting Omar to wrap up this 70. I think he's going to go 18s. His eyes are telling me 18s. Well for tops. Ooh, 20 for 32. Double 16 for the match. Oh, and I think that's going to leave him on an awkward 18. Indeed. Double 7 he did not want. And more darts at doubles, not under pressure. I doubt he'll split it from 18. I don't think 9 would be a terrible mark to recover from here. Let's see what he does. Yeah, it goes to the split double 4. It's smart. Good board management. Maybe a marker. It is not a marker, and either way, it's well inside. Now things get a little bit dicey. At the very least, we're going to have some hits of the averages. Definitely hit the averages here, though we don't really anticipate Michael coming back from 206. No matter how many darts it takes for Omar to clean it up. Oh boy, here it goes. Here's when it gets a little sloppy. And here is how it gets sloppy. And here is how a player comes back from 250 down when the other player gets to 4. Now, the math awareness play there would have been 19-19-25 or 20-18-25 to get that 63 shaved off to leave a clean ton. But for the level we have at City League, we only expect maybe 5% of the players to sort of have that level of check down savvy. And this is like what I'm talking about. This is how it gets sloppy. This is how you start to break down those averages. Omar was probably throwing at about a 68 before we started getting into the doubling portion of this leg. And we see that's already taken him down, and he could end up below 60 here. All right, just figuring out board logistics there. Missed the game shot call. Omar over the line in the end, drops that average down to below the 60. And let's take a look at this post-match roll-up. Whoops. Where is my... There we go. There are my stats. All right, so we see Omar. Wow, look at that first 9. That is a silly first 9, and it actually makes that 57 average look pretty pedestrian. That is a whole bit of damnation of the finishing there for Omar. But we are done with the group stage, so it is Omar taking the jump there, and I really can't tell you right now. I have to refresh pages to see if Javier was able to make his way into the knockout stage. Honestly, I don't know. I'm loading the bracket right now. He did, and I guess my algorithm is not right, because ideally we wouldn't have players from the same group meeting in the knockout, but it is what it is for this tournament. They'll have to fight through it, kind of a battle of the Group 2 studs. And again, like I was saying with the standings, that will be big for both those players. So if we take a look at the overall City League Austin order of merit, again, it's the top 8 playing for a chance to get into the fall playoffs. And so you see Javier and Omar are going to be trying to prevent each other from getting points. And again, the implications there with the seeding is who will be on the other side of the bracket at that tournament from Mike Gilligan. Mike's going to be at the top. Number 2 is going to be at the middle, on the bottom half. And, well, you've seen a bracket before. You know how it goes. So we are going to take a little break as we transition to the knockout, make sure everyone's good, hydrated, and we will be back for action in just a few minutes. All right. So, moving along aggressively here in the knockout stage. Go ahead and get Mike Gilligan and Christian Wilson here on the feature board. Christian, who you all have not seen yet. And who I alluded to being potentially one of the math savvies. We'll see. He's definitely got the darts that would indicate that he knows to go 20-20-25 from 235. But then again, we know plenty of people who have those darts, but who don't have those maths. So we will see. We're going to have a little bit more time as well to suss this out as we extend to a best of 5 here in the knockout from the rapid fire group stage best of 3. We have some new viewers here in the chat. Alex Elkins. Shout out to Alex in Brooklyn. Do I know you, Alex in Brooklyn? Probably not. I know some Alexes. I know some Brooklyns. I know some Alexes and some Brooklyns. There's probably a number of them. Well, answer the math awareness question for Mike. Going 20s from 85, or from 195, I mean. All right, so Alex here supporting Michael. I'm going to assume that's Gilligan, as that's the only Michael remaining, but it could be Michael Parr, as he's definitely got some Dart fan supporters from around the country. I think we've seen some of his folks from Corpus Christi joining us before, cheering him on. I'll have to visit the Christian Wanda there. You can see some of the disappointment in that face, a little kind of smirk and shake of the head as he went up to enter the score. Oh, Michael Krakauer, got it. The other Michael. Indeed. Well, he definitely appreciates the support. I think he was telling me on his way out he's going to go home and watch this, so who knows? Maybe he'll jump into the chat here soon. Fellow neighborhood shooter here. In our home bar, the Cavalier. And yep, Michael unable to tidy up the 54 after inadvertently going 28 with the first start, leaving him on 26. Went outside and inside there. Christian math awareness likely confirmed there, trying to set up the 76 to leave the bullseye with the third dart. And Alex from Brooklyn, if you did not get to MSG, or let's be honest, let's call it what it is. If you did not get to the Hulu Theater at MSG this July for the EDC World Series of Darts, then I highly recommend putting it on your calendar for next year, finding your way over to the Garden and having a great time at the best party in sport. I'll tell you, it was outrageous. We had so much fun. It was a perfect venue for it. The audience was going crazy. So much better than the Vegas event that we went to a few years prior. I can't wait to get back. I'm telling everybody I know about it. It is just a fantastic evening out at the darts. Meanwhile, Josh Congraw has joined us from sunny Still scorching hot, I think, England. Borderline Scotland, if I'm remembering the map. Can't remember if you're north or south of Manchester and well, not even Manchester, but oh, what neighborhood am I trying to think of? Like Newcastle. Yeah, I can't remember if you're north or south of Newcastle. I think you're a little north. And folks from the northeast of England will be happy to know that one of the other Matts you saw today, Matt Cresson, is a big fan of the Constant Station Club stream, so he's frequently tuning into that stuff. Knows his Tony Woods from his Scott Hunts. Real good recovery there again. Cover shooting from Christian to set up that 96. Solid scoring visit here. $137 shaved off after 2 visits. That ain't bad. Conrock clarifying that Newcastle is north of Hull. But let's be honest, it's all South Scotland, isn't it? Or was that like the most offensive thing I could possibly say? 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. Christian on proper shooting visit. Is that a cool ton? It is. One more of those to get into range. Ooh, and this is against the Gilligan throw, so Christian really making a mark here. Went off, opened up with the hold, looking to turn it right into a proper break. Go up a break into the third leg. Oh, the 60 there from Christian opens the door slightly for Mike to try to get back into this leg, but it really is just a scramble to get back in at this point. Pat Grismore asking if Mike is left eye dominant. That's a good question. I don't know the answer to that. I understand what you're asking though, based on kind of where he draws that dart back. It's almost like cross-faced. He kind of projects it out from that other side. The Doser joining us all the way from sunny Michigan, showing love to his hometown beer that travels the country so well, Bell's. As you see the sign above Mike's head there. You got the Bell's, you got the reflection of the Awesome Beer Works sign. Little Budweiser Gator in the top left. Oh no. How about a 174? How about a 174 to set it up? How you doing, Mike Gilligan, out of absolutely nowhere? Makes a statement to hold the throw. Oh my God. And that was my chance to do the all right call in the booth that I've been planning for a potential big 3-dart visit. I was gonna do it. I've been thinking about it like all week, and that was my best opportunity. And I just oh, you get what you pay for, folks. You get what you pay for. Oh boy, and will it all be for not a very, very doable 91? $74 remaining, 18s or 14s. Use double 10. Can you sniff it out? Oh, what a steal! Best of 5. Best of 5. Christian thought it was done. He was looking back to shake a hand, and then me and Mike were giving him looks. I think he was thinking that we were trying to say it's not good. Oh, it's very good. It's very good. You just ain't done yet, brother. All right. Now, how are we looking with these averages? Oh, that's a bit nicer. That's what we'd like to see a little bit more of here in City League. He's in that 60 mark and also teasing a little bit higher. And we see Mike with just the 180 and the 1 high ton, but of course that high ton we just saw, it might as well have been a 180, the 174 to set up the tops. That ended in pure heartbreak. Little score correction there from Mike. 60 entered. And so, speaking to the value of consistent attendance, not even just performance, but attendance, Christian, with these numbers he's throwing, is ranked 21 here on the City League Order of Merit, so right about the middle of the pack. And that's just because he's only played one event. He won it. He took it down here at the Cavalier maybe 2 months ago or so, 2.5 months, I want to say. So got his 5 points there, but has not returned since. It'll be a tall hill to climb to make that playoff top 8 seed, but it's definitely graspable. Graspable. Within grasp. Within his grasp. Within reach. Not graspable. I don't know. It's getting pretty late. solid ton to set up the finish. So Mike with a ton here could arguably take advantage in the leg. Got a baby fish, 60 minimum required. But he is on a finish, and he's on the baby fish, not the big fish, so that is definitely going to put some pressure here on Christian. Again, you say ton minimum. Great recovery, I think it's 68. So should get a dart at a double next visit, even if it's hit the bullseye. Mike wants to save, but needs a trouble to get there. Not the visit he wanted. It's all tied up here with Christian having the advantage of throw from 90. Now this would be for the win. Oh, and you would have loved a good full finish for the match, wouldn't you? Wouldn't you? Same question. No answer. I wouldn't have minded a 25 there from 65 to set up tops. But as it is... Oh no, missing the big number in the double. That 11 sets up 21. Which just barely keeps it in the single double. 8 for the match is inside. So a chance here for Mike to recover. The last time I said 10 for tops, he went 18 for 16, I believe. No, he did go 10 for tops. Never mind. So tight. Unable to finish it there. Chances have come and chances have gone. Can Christian wrap up the match here with double 4? He does, and he will go into the final. 2 tournaments he's played so far for State League. 2 finals he has reached. As we see the averages there. We'll step back from the booth and be back for the final in just a little bit. right, all right, all right. We are ready to wrap up here. The City League Final. Sorry for the delay. Saw a friend I haven't seen in the mid times, since the before times. Had to catch up, and we also had a semi-final go a little bit later than the first one. Anyway, we are here in this matchup with Omar and Christian. Here you see their rankings in the ranking series. So this is their City League Order of Merit overall standings. You see Christian yet to lose a match here. So honestly, I'm questioning what that 5-0 record is, because they were in 5 matches. Oh, right, that probably doesn't include matches from today. So in the first match, first tournament he played 5 matches, 3 in the round robin, 2 in the knockout, won all of them. Omar 35-15. See the averages here pretty comparable. First time pretty comparable. The rest of these numbers are going to be significantly favoring Omar, if you haven't played many more matches than Christian has. So looks like these players are about ready to get it going on as they are corking. And once again, I realized I had the music playlist up a little too loud while I was giving that intro explanation. Apologies. Basically, I am late on the stream because I ran into a friend that I haven't seen in a while. So Phil, if you're watching this, big ups. Always good to see you. Probably going to see you on Saturday down the street. But as it is final time here from the Cavalier in East Austin, Texas. We've been through the group stage. We've been through a couple of semifinals. And it is time for it all to wrap up here. Christian going for his second victory in as many tournaments. Omar trying to decrease the gap between him and Mike Gilligan, the current number 1. I believe a victory here would put him 1 point behind. So it might be 2. Yeah, it's probably 5 points for the win. We are so corking here. Still a corking here. And Omar finally wins it with a 25. And we are off in the championship here in City League at the Cavalier. This tournament started 2 hours and 40 minutes ago. And we are down to 2. All right, well, I'm keeping quiet here as these players are just going to be doing a lot of the talking with their darts. Some folks I know will absolutely be in love with Christian's shirt. I don't know why. I just know it to be so. Christian just out to a punishing scoring lead here against the darts in the opening leg. Omar might have won the bull, but that might be just a mere formality the next 60 seconds. Gonna split them, or is he going down to the 19s? Yeah, I don't mind this switch, especially with the way that those darts were lying down, sort of blocking that bed. I think it would have been a little bit reckless to try to thread that needle there on the 20s. Good move going down to the 19s. Would have left himself on just as appropriate, just as doable of a finish with the 60 as with the 57. All the advantage belongs to Christian here. Double 17 needed. Ooh, great first start. Triple 18. Would have left double 12. Ooh, not sure about that 19 there. We're not going 17s. That is just some Leonard Gates shit there. Not sure what's going on there. Yeah, there, 48-27 there. 75 is the right score there. 18 for tops for Omar. Oh, wow. That first dart at the double 20 was not good. That second dart at the double 10 was even more not good. There it is. A tidied up 24 darter. I told you that the quality was going to be increasing as we got deeper into the evening. And you know what? You called me a liar, and I hope you feel really, really, really bad about that now. Meanwhile, this band called Automatic just came on, and I heard them here. I've been listening to them for, like, I don't know, like 6 months or so. I was just going through the KCRW, like, kind of top played this month or whatever a few months ago. KCRW, the public rock station, public music station out of Santa Monica. Not a rock station, public music station out of Santa Monica, California. And, yeah, they had this band Automatic and some new single that they had called... shoot. Well, I forget. Anyway, it was a rabbit hole, and oh my goodness, am I feeling that band. It is just such groovy, poppy, awesome stuff. Highly recommend checking that out. Omar not making this any easier for himself. After giving up the dart, so with that opening break. And of course the breaks here do matter for the standings, as the second tiebreaker is legs won against the throw. So the way the ranking points The way the tables work here in City League is just like they do in the Premier League at the PDC. So the first stat they use is just the number of points you've earned in the campaign. In this case, it is 2 points for every match that you win in the group stage. But in the overall leaderboard, there are points for showing up, and then points for making the knockout, semifinal, and then the final, and then winning. But anyway, after the points, however they are accrued, you get your overall leg differential. And then right after that, the second tiebreaker is legs won against a throw, aka breaks of throw. And then finally, the overall campaign average. So every little break can make a difference. Every leg can make a difference. Very disappointing visit from 100 for Christian. However, he is well aware, as you are, as I am, it doesn't matter. Just that littlest bit of striation. You almost wonder if Omar actually threw that dart on target and if it just got glanced off to the left by the others that were in the 20 bed. Oh, wow. Didn't need to go and attack it, but did, and was paid off Christian with that 60 finish. Officially up the break now. Andy joining us in the chat, coaxing on that 9 darter, which, believe me, if you scrub back maybe an hour or so, I definitely talked about that. Probably in the context of players throwing averages in the 30s and 40s is when I brought that up to say, hey, yes, this happens. However, we can also have some spice. And yeah, believe me, I made a point of bringing up that Omar near 9 that turned into a very respectable 10. Which I also said would have turned into a very unrespectable 30 had that 10 not gone. I think we all agree. I think Omar certainly agrees that that would have been the case. All right, this is definitely Omar's chance to get back into here, get a leg on the board, start to put up some sort of defense against Christian. See the stats here. 54 is definitely something that Omar is not going to be happy with. And honestly, Christian is well capable of throwing into the mid-60s and up into the 70s here, especially in this very abbreviated format. Wow, look at that beautiful ton 40. The answer right back and brings that deficit back to -2. He is against the darts here, so just a little bit of slip up with Omar could prove very costly. Christian scoring the way he is. And apologies for these errant timestamps on these Tuesday midnight tournament listings. I assure you they are not at midnight. I just need to figure out time zone handling on the page that is rendering the scrolling ticker. Any engineers in the chat certainly know my pain. Time zones, time zones, time zones. Great 54 to have 93 with that third dart. 102, a little bit of a weird leave. Oh, no. Wow, really? Okay, excuse me. Would have bet the farm that that was a 54. Just the single. Ooh, yeah, Christian knows some math here. He needs to go 18s or the full. Anything else will be a bogey if it's not trebled. And that 20 is going to leave a bogey as it was not trebled. Something can't make them drink. Oh, 36 double 18 to complete the 102. Oh, and I think by that smirk, we do not have our second ton plus checkout. No, I couldn't tell. You couldn't tell it was blocked, but we saw that little snarl of the lip, the slightest reaction from Omar that told us, nope, that double 18 was no good. But rather be high than inside, so he's back at it to get on the board. Blitz it. And hits it. Yes, he does. Wow. All right, Omar on the board, but it's just a hold, so he's got to break back here, and then he would have the advantage in the hypothetical last leg decider. Very well timed, 134 from Omar. Yeah, you sort of sense the pressure building with both of these players. Getting down to it. Both players want these extra points here. Christian to try to break into the top 8 before the fall invitational. Omar to try to break into the number 1 spot and to hold off other folks in the number 2 spot. good visit, but a little too short to get him into checkout range. So it should be Omar first to a checkout, which will be good position for the break that he desperately, desperately needs. One, 2-1 will be helpful for the effort. Extremely helpful. How much pressure can Christian apply? Arguably none. 92 here from Omar. Probably won't go crazy double-double when he's so far back. I don't think we'll see 36-36, 48 or 12s. I don't know what that was targeting. If it was 20s. So a setup of 50, 42 scored there. Tops. No. Now it's 54. Cannot find it. All right, Omar to get back on and take the advantage in the last leg decider. Double 16. Double 8 right next door. Well, that was on the next block more than it was next door. Christian from 93, 19s for double 18. Double 18 for double 10. We've seen him hit this before. Oh, well, switched up this time. I would have said for sure he was going to go double 18s from 74. Opts for the 42 for 32. I like it. That's the move I go. I go 42s from 74. But he did not last time, which is why I predicted the 18s there. But either way, definitely puts the pressure here on Omar. Knows he has to take out this 16. Double 8 first start. If he wants to miss outside instead of a guide. Does not want to miss inside. Double 4. Did not miss at all. All right, and just like that, having been down all match, Omar suddenly finds himself with the advantage in the only leg where it really matters, the last leg of the tournament. Here we go. Omar to throw first. Game is on. Game is on, and Omar is up for it. Well, good thing I didn't burn in. All right on that one. That's what I was saying after the second dart went in. I was just saying, oh my God, Matt, did you really blow your chance once again? Ugh. Wow, just what a complete turnaround here we're seeing from the first two legs that were all Christian all day long. And here Omar is just getting the business, just getting the job done here in this final and most important leg. Omar taking his time with a sip of hydrating electrolyte fueled energy drink. Oh, that visit was looking so good off the start. So once we file leave after 4 visits ain't terrible. And likely will be enough to close this one out. Almost a 133 there, just a 95 in the end from Christian. Not enough to get in a checkout range. Then again, another 38 points would also not have been sufficient to get in checkout range. There's Omar here. No need to go 25. Does it anyway. You can go 60-50. Then it doesn't have to. Oh, I would have loved to have seen it get a look. I would have loved to have seen it get a look. Everyone back here you saw behind Javier, Christian looking at each other like, oh boy, is it on? Is it on? Not realizing it's just across in that one segment. All right, should be at least a dart at the bullseye here from 88. For the bull. Not going to go treble 13 to try to set up 24. Not sure what. I mean, 25 would have left 38 there. I don't know about that. I mean, I do know about that. It was terrible. All right. Once again here, opportunity, throw a match dart. Omar for the match here for the title. Oh, that's a good marker. That's so usable. Oh, and again, we're seeing so many of those starts go high first on tops and then go way low. Christian get it done from downtown. Level 17. Leaves tops. It's on. Oh, almost gave himself a look at it. Came up short on the tops attempt. Respect getting shown where respect is most assuredly deserved. Gotta love that camaraderie here at City League. Folks are more interested in just good stuff getting hit more than they are winning or losing. And we see it in the end. There it is, Omar taking it down. And let's take a look at the final numbers there. We see Omar near pushing the 60, Christian a little bit above. Oh, I don't know why those are showing legs and averages, and that's a little weird here. Because, yeah, they definitely did not win 62 legs. But also, I got to see All right. Well, either way, we're gonna get this this match closed out, and let's take a look at our updated standings here. Are they updated? No, not yet. All right. So we are just going to close out the stream here. It has been a long night. I hope you all enjoyed it, and do it again tomorrow live from Topspin. Cheers.
Ball 1, Joe Taylor, Garrett Tilly. Ball 2, Craig Nixon, Robin Young.